University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Those school days spent sitting at the front of the class and actually paying attention are paying off for two more teams tonight, rewarded for their youthful diligence with the opportunity to entertain us for the second time with what they know and how quickly they can remember what they know. There's a place in the quarterfinals for the winners and 4 seats on the minibus of Despond to take the losers home. Now, the team from Trinity College, Cambridge, were trailing behind the University of Durham in the opening stages of their first-round match, but once they hit their stride, they dominated the game, taking the lead around the halfway mark and then barely allowing their opponents a look-in, with 200 points at the gong to Durham's 145. With an average age of 21, let's meet the Trinity Cambridge team again.
I'm Nadia Howrahan. I'm from Dublin and I'm reading English.
Hello, I'm Lillian Crawford. I'm from Bearsted in Kent and I'm reading history.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Joseph Webber. I'm originally from Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk and I do maths.
Hi, I'm Liam Hughes. I'm originally from Cardiff and I'm also doing maths.
The team from Lady Margaret Hall, Oxford, beat Downing College, Cambridge by the narrowest margin, a mere 5 points in their first-round match, hitting a respectable score of 150, but then sitting on it as Downing edged ever closer, with only the gong preventing them from drawing level. Like the team they're facing tonight, they too have an average age of 21. Let's meet the Lady Margaret Hall team again.
Hi, I'm Matthew Lequizette. I'm from Reading and I'm studying medicine.
Hi, I'm Mary Lobo. I'm from Woodcote near Reading and I study law with German law.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Isaac Brown. I'm from Sheffield and I'm studying French and linguistics.
Hi, I'm Ro. I'm from London and I study classics.
You all know the rules, so let's just get on with it. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. What 6-letter word is this, denoting either an item of clothing or a type of person? Its earliest OED citation in the latter sense dates to 1984, when it was applied to boatloads of pirate radio fans. Derived from a Greenlandic Inuit word, it has come to mean...
Trinity Hughes.
Anorak.
Anorak is correct, yes. The first set of bonuses, then, is on poetry. Which year appears in the title of Rupert Brooke's collection that includes the sonnet The Soldier?
1914?
Correct. Also titled 1914, who wrote the poem that begins, "War broke, and now the winter of the world with perishing great darkness closes in"?
Wilfred Owen, I think. Wilfred Owen.
Wilfred Owen is right. 50 years after the start of the First World War, who wrote the poem MCMXIV, containing the lines, "Never such innocence, never before or since, has changed itself to past without a word"?
Philip Larkin.
Philip Larkin is correct. 10 points for this. John Carrew's non-fiction book Bad Blood concerns the collapse of which large biotech startup? Its founder and CEO...
Trinity Webber.
Theranos.
Correct. These bonuses are on sports grounds with shared names. I want you to give the shared name from the description. Firstly, a Test cricket ground in Hobart, Australia, and a golf course in Missouri that hosted the 2018 PGA Championship. The name translates from the French meaning beautiful shore.
Belcourt? No, it's not shore, though, is it? Not sure. Belcote?
No, it's Bellerive. Secondly, a Test cricket ground in Rosso Dominica and the home ground of the Northern Ireland national football team.
Oh, no. I have no idea. No, pass. Sorry.
It's Windsor Park. And finally, a Test cricket ground in Kolkata and a multi-sports venue in Auckland that hosted the 2011 Rugby World Cup final.
Oh, goodness me.
I'm sorry, I have no idea. No, I don't know about that one.
Is it Eden Park, do you think?
Go for it. Eden Park.
Yes, it's Eden Gardens is the other one it's called, but you got Eden, that's the main thing. 10 points for this. The name of which 20th century US artist is shared in hyphenated form with the name of an empirical formula for estimating human body density? The artist in question was a protégé of Peggy Guggenheim and a leading exponent of abstract expressionism.
Lady Margaret Hall Brown.
Pollock.
I'll accept that, yes. It's Jackson Pollock in the hyphenated form of the empirical formula. So you get a set of bonuses now on a mathematician. Born in Budapest in 1903, which mathematician gives his name to the basic design of the single-processor stored program computer?
Any idea? We don't know.
It's John von Neumann. Secondly, with Stanislav Ulam, Neumann invented a class of computational systems known by the letters CA. For what do those letters stand? John Conway's Game of Life is a better-known example of this class.
Game of Life. What was it?
Computational analysis.
Computational analysis.
No, it's cellular automaton. Neumann is also noted for the development of game theory, along with the Princeton academic Oscar Morgenstern. What was Morgenstern's principal subject, of which he held a professorship at the University of Vienna from 1928?
Economics. Do you think? Economics.
Correct. 10 points for this. What four letters all begin the names of a historical region of southwestern France, the first woman to be elected president of the Philippines, an underground layer of water-bearing permeable rock, and a small northern constellation conventionally represented by an eagle?
Lady Margaret Hall Brown.
VEGA.
No. Anyone like the bus and
Trinity Hughes.
AQUI.
Correct. So your bonuses this time are on the screen star Rinko Kikuchi, described as a go-to Japanese actress for hipster auteurs. Kikuchi was nominated for an Academy Award in 2007 for her role as a deaf-mute high school student in which film by Alejandro González Iñárritu?
Babel.
Babel is correct. Kikuchi plays the pilot Mako Mori in which 2013 film in the kaiju or monster film genre directed by Guillermo del Toro?
Pacific Rim.
Correct. Kikuchi plays the female lead in which 2010 adaptation of a novel by Haruki Murakami directed by Tran Anh Hung?
That's a Murakami. Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood is correct. Time for a picture answer. Your picture starter, you'll see a crown that forms part of the arms of a sovereign nation, but shown in isolation. For 10 points, name the country on whose arms it appears.
Lady Margaret Hall Lobo.
Croatia.
Croatia is correct. We'll see the whole thing now. Following on from Croatia, your picture bonuses are 3 more crowns taken from national arms or state emblems. In each case, I want the name of the country in question. Firstly, this European country.
Yeah. What should we go for? Slovenia?
Yeah, try it.
Slovenia.
No, it's Hungary. Here it is with the shield. Secondly, this Asian country, the crown also appears on its national flag.
Oh, this is annoying because I've seen it. I don't know. Maybe Brunei, maybe.
Do you think?
I
can
mean,
try
I
it.
have no idea.
Try. Brunei.
No, that's Tajikistan. Let's see the whole thing. And finally, another European country.
Is that Portugal? Do you think?
Or Spain. Portugal's better. Go
Portugal.
No, let's see the whole thing. It's Spain.
It was Spain.
Right, 10 points for this. Native to North America, which bird of the thrush family connects a play of 1908 by Morris Maeterlinck, the car in which Malcolm Campbell said...
Lady Margaret Hall Brown.
Bluebird.
Bluebird is correct. Well done. LMH, your bonuses are on hell in 20th century literature. Which first novel of 1916 contains numerous utterances of the word hell, in particular, during a sermon given by Father Arnall?
Father Arnall. OK.
1916.
1916. So will it be something by Joyce, do you think?
First novel.
Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man.
Correct. Garcin, Estelle and Inès are characters in which 1944 stage work? It includes the memorable words, "There is no need for red-hot pokers," "Hell is other people."
No Exit.
No Exit, or Weak Low, or In Camera, or Dead End, yes. And finally, in which novel of 1990 does hell involve endless viewings of other people's holiday slides and the reading aloud of health and safety rules? The author is Terry Pratchett.
What could it be?
Is it the first novel?
Maybe not necessarily. I don't think.
So one of the Discords, presumably.
Do you know any?
Mort, maybe?
Malt.
No, Mort.
Mort.
No, it's Eric or Faust Eric. 10 points for this. Lord Cupid was a nickname of which 19th century Prime Minister? The holder of an Irish peerage, he sat in the Commons for more than 50 years and died in office a few months after the end of the American Civil War.
Lady Margaret Hall Brown.
Derby.
Trinity Hughes.
Palmerston.
Palmerston is correct, yes. Were you just guessing there?
Yeah.
Very good. Your bonuses are on Ireland. In each case, name the Irish county from the description. All three answers have the same number of letters in the modern English spelling. Firstly, the site of the Hill of Tara and the Neolithic burial place at Newgrange. It has a short coastline on the Irish Sea.
Meath.
Meath is right. Second, a doubly landlocked county with neighbours including Kilkenny, Kildare and Tipperary. Among its towns are Mount Mellick and Port Arlington.
It's either Leash or Offaly. Let's go with
Leash, because Leash has 5 letters and Offaly.
Leash.
Leash is correct. And finally, a county of southwestern Ireland that borders Limerick and Cork. It's the location of Carrauntoohil, Ireland's highest point.
Kerry.
Correct. 10 points for this. Its name taken from an Italian word meaning scratch or scratching. What genre of art numbers among its exponents Barry McGee, Sandra Lady Pink Fabera and John Matos, better known as Crash?
Trinity Webber.
Graffiti.
Graffiti is correct. Your bonuses are on members of the committee of the first Venice Biennale in 1895. In each case, name the artist from the titles of 3 of their works. All 3 were either born or largely based in England. First, Christ in the House of His Parents, The Return of the Dove to the Ark, and Ophelia.
Millet.
Millet is correct. Secondly, The Beguiling of Merlin, King Cophetua and the Beggar Maid and the Golden Stairs.
It's probably going to be another pre-Raphaelite. William Holman Hunt.
William Holman Hunt.
No, that was Burne-Jones. And finally, The Roses of Heliogabalus, Sappho and Alcaeus, and Silver Favourites.
Do you think so? Lawrence Alma today. Should we?
Nominate Howrahan.
Lawrence Alma Tadeus?
No, I'm sorry, you were thinking along the right lines, but it was Alma Tadema. Right, Italy, Poland, Germany and Argentina have, since 1963, been the countries of birth of the holders of what global office?
Trinity Hughes.
Pope.
The papacy is correct, yes. These bonuses are on human anatomy, Trinity. Which long muscle of the thigh has a name from the Latin for tailor, referring to the cross-leg position in which tailors traditionally sat?
I have no idea, sorry.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, pass.
It's sartorius. Which part of the small intestine takes its name from a Latin word meaning fasting, because it was usually found to be empty during dissection?
Is that the ilium or the jejunum? I don't know. Which one of the two is that? The ilium?
Yeah, go for it.
Ilium.
No, it's the jejunum. Finally, which small bone of the wrist has a Latin name that means pea-shaped?
Hyoid?
No, that's
No,
another.
that's another-
Yeah.
that's that one. Sigmoid? No.
Peasoid or something. I don't know. Pass.
It's pisiform. Right, we're going to take a music question now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of classical music by a French composer. 10 points if you can give me the composer's name.
Trinity Hughes.
Messiaen.
Messiaen is correct. That's part of his Turangalleria symphony, which includes a part for the Ondes Martineau. an early electronic instrument that uses an oscillator. Your music bonuses are 3 more works featuring the onde. First, I want the name of this singer.
On a vu souvent rejaillir le feu.
Jacques Brel.
It is Jacques Brel, yes. Secondly, I want the composer of this film soundtrack, where the onde is used with the theremin.
Oh, it's Howard Shaw.
Howard Shaw.
No, that's Danny Elfman. And finally, name this band.
Yep, Radiohead.
That is Radiohead, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Along with Enrico Fermi, which British physicist gives his name to a statistical theory in quantum...
Lady Margaret Hall Brown.
Dirac.
Dirac is correct. You get a set of bonuses on a tree LMH. Acer is a large genus of trees known by what 5-letter common name? British species include the sycamore.
Birch. Yeah. Birch.
No, it's a maple. Maples and maple viewing are a frequent motif in Snow Country, a novel of 1948 by which Japanese Nobel laureate?
Snow Country. Mishima.
No, that was by Kawabata.
Yeah.
And concerning the approach of death, Japanese Maple is a 2014 poem by which Australian-born broadcaster? His works include Cultural Amnesia and Unreliable Memoirs.
Clive James.
Correct. 10 points for this. The Visayas are the central archipelago of which island nation, including Panay, Samar and Cebu? They lie about 1,000 kilometres east of southern Vietnam.
Trinity Hughes.
Philippines.
The Philippines is correct, yes. You get a set of bonuses on ecosystems, Trinity. What short term from Russian denotes the belt of relatively level grassland that extends from Central Europe to East Asia?
Tiger. Is it tiger? Tiger.
No, it's steppe. Meaning land of the little sticks, what Russian term is used of the boreal forest region to the north of the steppe?
No.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Pass. Pass.
That is tiger, bad luck. Taken from the Sami language, what short term denotes the treeless Arctic region to the north of the tiger, for example, in Siberia or Alaska?
That's tundra.
That is tundra, yes. 10 points for this. What word may denote the role of a monarch in a political theory developed by Sir Robert Filmer, the highest position in the Orthodox Church, and the biblical figures Jacob...
Lady Margaret Hall Lobo.
Patriarch.
Patriarch is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on physics, LMH. Each question relates to a physical constant whose value is within 10% of a power of 10, and I simply want that power of 10. First, the mass of the electron in kilograms.
Okay, so any idea? Minus.
Mass electron in kilograms.
It's really small.
It's very, very small.
What do you think? Minus 90.
64? 64?
Not quite
Minus 60.
Minus 60.
Minus 60.
No, it's minus 30.
Okay.
Secondly, the Faraday constant in coulombs per mole.
Any idea? Okay, well,
Minus 15.
minus 15.
No, that's 5. And finally, the reduced Planck constant in joule seconds.
That's the thing, isn't it? Minus
10.
16.
Are you sure it's minus?
No.
Okay.
1.
1. Go with 1.
Nah, I don't think it's 1. 16.
No, it's minus 34.
Okay.
10 points for this. It was announced in February 2019 that the European Space Agency's rover, due to land on Mars in 2021, will be named after which British pioneer of DNA research?
Trinity Webber.
Rosalind Franklin.
Correct. Your bonuses are on ethics now, Trinity. In each case, name the German author of the following works. First, The Philosophy of Right, first published in 1821.
It'll be after him.
Yeah.
Schlegel or something.
Schlegel's fine.
Schlegel.
No, it's Hegel. Secondly, economic and philosophic manuscripts of 1844, sometimes known as the Paris manuscripts.
Pass.
No, that's fine. You've passed now.
Yeah, pass.
That's Karl Marx. Finally, on the genealogy of morals, first published in 1887.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche is correct, yes. Right, we're going to take our second picture round. For your picture starter, you'll see stills from two films regarded by their director as forming part of a trilogy, even though there seems to be no continuity between their narratives. The first film in this trilogy is missing. For 10 points, please give me its title.
Lady Margaret Hall, the Quizette.
It's Shaun of the Dead.
It is Shaun of the Dead, yes. So we follow on from Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy, with picture bonuses being 3 more examples of thematic film trilogies. That is, sets of films seen by their directors as linked by style and theme, but not narrative. Again, I want you to work out the missing film in each trilogy. First, I want the final film in this set.
Is it Rouge?
Do you think? Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge is correct, yes. Next, I need the second film here.
The Ring?
No, it's Old Boy. And finally, the third film of this trilogy.
3 colours. So, how does the French flag go? Red, white, blue?
Yeah.
Blue, white, red. 3 colours red.
Correct. Well done. 10 points for this. Work out before you buzz which 2 3-digit square numbers differ by exactly 100, being respectively...
Lady Margaret Hall, the Quizette.
125 and 225.
No. Being respectively, you lose 5 points. The squares of 24 and 26.
Trinity Hughes.
576 and 676.
Correct. Your bonuses are on Mulk Rajanand, a pioneer of the English language Indian novel. In the 1920s and 30s, Anand worked at which publishing house founded in 1917 by Virginia and Leonard Woolf?
Bloomsbury.
No, it's the Hogarth Press.
Sorry.
Secondly, which British novelist and critic wrote a preface to Anand's first novel, Untouchable? His own book, set in India, had been published in 1924 to wide acclaim.
Forster. Yeah, that would make sense.
Forster.
E.M. Forster is correct, yes. Anand was again in London during World War II and joined the Indian section of the BBC at the suggestion of which writer who was working there as a producer?
Could be Dasani or someone.
That's a good suggestion. Dasani.
Yeah.
Dasani.
No, it was George Orwell. 10 points for this. What initial letter is that of only a small number of countries, including those whose UNESCO World Heritage Sites include the Corot and its port, Chief Roy Matter's domain and Halong Bay?
Trinity Hughes.
V.
V is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on Iceland, Trinity. Now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which volcanic island emerged from the Atlantic Ocean off the south coast of Iceland in 1963?
Surtsey.
Correct. From 930 to 1798, Thingvellir in southwest Iceland was the annual meeting place of what?
The All Thing.
Yeah, nominate Hughes.
The All Thing.
The All Thing is correct, the Parliament, yes. One of the most visited attractions in Iceland, what is the English name of the geothermal spa located close to Keflavik International Airport?
It's very famous. Wait,
It's an Instagram hotspot.
if you say so.
Spa? I don't
Blue
know.
Lagoon.
Yeah.
But that's
The Blue Lagoon.
Correct.
done.
There's about 3 minutes left, 10 points for this. Which London-based journalist won the Jalak Prize for her 2017 book, Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race?
Trinity Harahan.
Rennie Edo Lodge.
Correct. These bonuses are on US presidential inaugurations. Who wrote the poem The Gift Outright, which he recited at the inauguration of John F. Kennedy in January 1961?
Frost. Robert Frost.
Correct. Who read her poem, Praise Song for the Day, at the inauguration of Barack Obama in 2009?
What was her name? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Maya Angelou.
No, it was Elizabeth Alexander. Which poet who died in 2014 read her poem On the Pulse of the Morning at Bill Clinton's inauguration in 1993?
Oh, that could be Angelou.
Yeah, Maya Angelou.
That was Maya Angelou, yes. 10 points for this. Periclase, talc, chlorophyll and Epsom salts are all compounds of which group 2 metallic element?
Trinity Webber.
Magnesium.
Correct. Right, you've got to say the bonuses on English counties. Which metropolitan county is bounded to the south by County Durham and to the east by the North Sea?
Northumberland.
No, it's Tyne and Wear, which is the only English county that is wholly an island.
Yeah, the Isle of Wight.
Correct. Name 2 of the 3 counties that border Rutland.
Leicestershire. Leicestershire and Northamptonshire.
Correct, the other one's Lincolnshire. 10 points for this. Lydia Gwilt, Magdalene Vanstone, Marion Holcomb and Sergeant Cuff are characters in novels by which author, born in London in 1824?
Trinity Webber.
Dickens.
No, anyone like to buzz from LMH?
Lady Margaret Hall Brown.
Wilkie Collins.
Correct. Your bonuses are on novels published in 1818. Published posthumously in 1818, which novel has been described as a satire on the perils of reading too much Gothic fiction?
Northanger Abbey. Northanger Abbey.
Correct. Which novel of 1818 is based on an actual case in which a woman condemned to death for child murder received a royal pardon after her sister pleaded for her life?
Okay, what would it be? Something by... Not something by Austen. Pass.
That's The Heart of Midlothian by Sir Walter Scott. And finally, which novel takes its title from its central character, a Genevan student of natural science? Its author conceived the idea while in Switzerland.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein is correct, but you were gonged out, I'm afraid. Never mind, you were going well at the gong. Sadly, we should have to say goodbye to you, though. Trinity, very good performance from you, although you seem to be slightly diffident very often in the way that you answered, but you had the answers. That's the main thing. So congratulations. We shall look forward to seeing you in the quarter-finals. I hope you can join us next time for another second-round match, but until then, it's goodbye from Lady Margaret Hall, Oxford.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Trinity College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.